Grant Ellis' mom shares true feelings about son's breakup. Bachelor Grant Ellis is close with his mom. Fans of the show met her when he introduced his final woman to his family. Renee Ellis spoke out about his recent split from Juliana Pasquarosa. Keep reading to find out what she said. Grant Ellis announces split from Juliana Pasquarosa. Grant Ellis got engaged to Juliana Pasquarosa. Split rumors followed the couple almost immediately after the season 29 finale aired in March. The couple seemed happy last month during a trip to Aruba. But fans thought it was odd that the couple never posted much on social media or seemed to spend much time together. The Aruba trip briefly put an end to the rumors, but the chatter began again after Juliana was spotted without her engagement ring. Grant Ellis took to social media last Friday to confirm that the rumors were true and the engagement was off. Juliana followed up with a post of her own. Both announcements were posted on Instagram story, which disappeared after a few hours. So some fans missed the news of the split. Grant Ellis' other finalist, Ligia Gar, also met his mom during the season finale in the Dominican Republic. The show hinted that Grant was torn between Juliana and Ligia, but ultimately chose Juliana. Fans of the show were convinced that Grant's mom, Renee, didn't really like Juliana that much. While his mom penned a beautiful poem for Juliana's birthday in April, fans noticed something was wrong. She misspelled Juliana's name as Juliana, which some fans thought was a red flag. In the poem, his mom said she would have chosen Juliana for Grant. Grant Ellis' mom shares true feelings about son's breakup. June has been a month of heartbreak and happiness in Bachelor Nation. Grant and Juliana broke up, but there were 2 weddings. Season 18, Bachelorette Michelle Young married her boyfriend of 2 years, Jack Ellis. Zach Shallcross and Katie Bigar from The Bachelor tied the knot in May but waited until June to announce it to the world. There are more weddings in store for the franchise this year, too. Bachelorette Hannah Brown's wedding is soon and Charity Lawson's wedding is this fall. But it's the end of the road for Juliana and Grant. His mom had an inside look at their relationship when she met Juliana. Renee Ellis took to Instagram to publicly share her thoughts on the breakup. She put her thoughts in the form of a poem called Friendship. Grant and Juliana's journey did not end in anger, bitterness, or disparity. Their friendship simply inspired mutual growth and clarity, the poem began. It continued, special moments they've experienced together, distinctive memories left untethered, respect for one another, without regrets and no complaints. A friendship that will last forever. Grant's mom added, marriage is a big decision. The connection they developed for one another went beyond television as they sorted through emotions, similarities, and differences, Renee added in her poem. In the end, their dreams and visions were met with support and understanding. Now they bless each other with happy futures and new beginnings. The whirlwind romance between The Bachelor's latest heartthrob, Grant Ellis, and his now ex-fiancée, Zoe McGrady, may have ended weeks ago, but the emotional fallout is far from over. Fans are still dissecting what went wrong between the golden couple of season 30. But now, adding fuel to the already raging fire, Grant's mother, Carol Ellis, is stepping into the spotlight, and she's not holding back. In an exclusive and candid interview, Carol shared her unfiltered thoughts on her son's highly publicized breakup. And let's just say, Mama Ellis has opinions. A mother's intuition. Sitting down in her elegant Nashville home with a cup of chamomile tea and a no-nonsense attitude, Carol Ellis didn't mince words. Zoe was charming, sure, she said, pausing for emphasis, but charm only goes so far when it's not backed up by substance. And I saw through the act from day one. Fans of the Bachelor franchise may remember Carol from her brief yet memorable appearance during the hometown visit episode. The protective Southern matriarch raised eyebrows when she didn't offer Zoe a particularly warm welcome, and now we know why. I know my son. He's not just a pretty face on television. Grant's deep. He's sensitive. He wants someone who listens, who genuinely cares. With Zoe, I always felt it was more about the cameras and less about him. Behind-the-scenes tension. According to Carol, tensions between her and Zoe simmered behind the scenes long before the breakup went public. There was one dinner, just us girls, no cameras, Carol revealed. I tried to get to know her, tried to go deeper. And when I brought up what she saw long-term with Grant, she gave me a practiced answer like she was reading from a cue card. I'm not here for rehearsed lines. Went on to say that her instincts screamed warning, but she stayed quiet, mostly out of respect for her son's autonomy. He's a grown man. I wasn't going to sabotage the relationship. but I prayed he'd see the truth before it was too late. When the breakup happened, Grant and Zoe announced their split in a joint social media statement full of generic lines about mutual respect and going in different directions. But Carol suggests the real story is far more painful. He was heartbroken, Carol said, tearing up slightly. He came home and just crumbled. The strong, confident man the world saw on TV, he was shattered. That's when I knew it hadn't been mutual. She also hinted that the split wasn't just emotional, it was messy. There were a lot of misunderstandings, misaligned values, and maybe some trust issues too. But I won't get into all that. That's his story to tell. Zoe's side of the story. Zoe McGrady hasn't remained silent. In a recent podcast appearance, she alluded to pressure from certain family members and a general lack of support behind the scenes. When asked about Zoe's claims, Carol raised an eyebrow. Pressure? Honey, the only pressure was for her to be genuine. If that's too much to ask, then maybe this wasn't the right role for her. Carol also dismissed the suggestion that she was controlling or intimidating. I'm a mother. I'm protective. And I'll always speak my mind when it comes to my son's happiness. If that makes me a villain in someone's story, so be it. Lessons learned and moving on. Despite the heartbreak, Carol believes the experience has ultimately been good for Grant. He learned how strong he really is. He learned that love should never come with a performance clause. And most importantly, he learned that he deserves someone who loves him, not the version of him that's good for ratings. As for Grant, he's been laying low since the split, focusing on travel, family, and what you recently called his healing era. Carol confirmed that he's doing better. He's finding peace. He's remembering who he is outside the spotlight. And what about dating again? He's not rushing into anything, Carol said. But if the right girl comes along, and I do mean the right girl, I hope she'll be everything Zoe wasn't. Real, kind, and not just looking for the next influencer deal. Carol's message to fans. Before wrapping up the interview, Carol had a message for Bachelor Nation. I appreciate the love and support y'all have shown Grant. He's not just a reality star. He's my son. And he deserves a love story that doesn't end in heartbreak. I believe it's out there for him, just not with someone who sees him as a stepping stone. As for Zoe, I wish her the best, Carol said, though not entirely convincingly. Truly, I vote she finds what she's looking for. I just knew, deep down, she was never the one. The final rose may still await. With Grant Ellis now back in the real world and trying to move forward, there's hope his real love story is still ahead of him. Carol Ellis certainly thinks so, and she'll be the first to offer advice when that day comes. I'm not going to pick his partner, she smiled. But I'll know the right one when I see her. And trust me, I'll make sure she knows who he really is, off camera and all. One thing's for certain, if love is a battlefield, Grant Ellis just gained one of the most fearsome allies a man could ask for, his mom. And after all, who better to help you spot a fake than someone who's been rooting for your truth since day one?